Hey guys, welcome back to another video. It is official. Today, Donald Trump has reached his 101st days in office for his second term. Today is officially the 100th day mark. So with that being said, in today's video, I'm going to be letter grading from F to A at the very best. Key issues, where he stands on some of these key issues, and do I approve or disapprove on those specific issues. So we have a list of 7 issues that we will be covering today. Starting off with the first one, number 1, border/immigration. Number 2, the economy/inflation. Number 3, tariffs, which kind of go with the economy, obviously, and prices, such as number 4, Russia, Ukraine. Foreign policy, that's when we move into foreign policy. Number 5, Gaza. Number 6, gun violence, more domestic. At the very end, 7, uniting the country. But before we get started with the border and immigration, make sure you guys are subscribed. Click the bell so you don't miss all my content. Press the like button. Share this video if you're interested. Don't forget we have memberships, so you can find the links to that in the description section. So before we get on to the very first issue that we'll be grading Donald Trump on, let's take a look at his Real Clear Politics approval rating. So as of right now, he's approved of by 45%. His approval rating currently, as of April 28, is 45%. In 4 months of him taking office from January 20th, his inauguration, obviously, since he was sworn in for his second term. And he's disapproved of by 52%, meaning he's underwater by a net negative 7 percentage points, according to the RCP polling aggregate. So Donald Trump is underwater. If you taken a look at a couple months ago, he was pretty much neck and neck. He was slightly positive closer to February, but now things have taken a fast turn, and he is going down very fast. This is not a slow shift. His approval rating is decreasing very fastly. So he's underwater by a net negative 7 points. 45 approval, 52 disapproval. Not very good for him. This is similar to his first term. This is looking like his first term, very similar, which obviously lost back in 2020. So I would assume that whoever Democrat is the nominee in 2028 would probably be Trump's successor rather than a Republican, for example, like J.D. Vance. Now, I'm not going to predict 2028 just yet. But let's begin with the first issue. Border immigration. So far, as of right now, I do approve. So I do approve of Donald Trump's handling of this current issue. I think he's been good on this issue. I currently give him a letter grade of a B+, as you can see in the middle of your screen right now. So let's take a look at the data, some of the stats, some of the facts. Currently, in 4 months, 100,000 people have been deported since January 20th, obviously since Trump taken office, all the way through currently April 28th. So within these 4 months, 100,000 people have been deported. So if you want to take a look at 4 years from now, at the end of Trump's term, if the numbers were to go in this direction, it would be 1.2 million people gone in 4 years, which is underwhelming because there are at least 15 million people. And the fact that if it's going to stay at 100,000 every 4 months, then that would equal 1.2 million in 4 years, which is not good at all, considering in terms of the numbers itself is underwhelming. And I think a lot of people can agree that in terms of the deportation numbers itself, it's pretty underwhelming, and Trump was expected to deport way more people. This is not looking like mass deportations at all. This is not what he promised. But the reason why, even though the numbers are underwhelming, this is the reason why I approve of his handling, is because the border specifically, the wall is very good. It's getting rebuilt, obviously. Joe Biden temporarily paused construction. Now I like how he's built the wall. It's pretty good. I think it's a very strong wall. And in terms of facts, 97% of total overall border crossings have decreased, gone down by 97% in Trump's second term compared to the Biden administration. And that is exactly why I approve. So even though the numbers themselves are pretty underwhelming, only 100,000 people in 4 months, I do approve that 97% of border crossings have decreased overall. And that's the main important thing. I know, deporting people is important, but still, strong. I think it's what's more important than that is how many people are actually crossing themselves, and it's gone down 97%. I also think Trump is not prioritizing some things in the right way. For example, he's focusing a lot on visas, which I think is wrong. I think he should not focus on that. He should prioritize people who've actually crossed, specifically, not so much of revoking people's visas. I think that's just a stupid thing, and it's just wasting time. You should stop going after people in the streets. I've seen people, get arrested just walking simply in the street, just because their visa was going to be revoked. I think that's not a good thing, and especially on those college campuses, if you guys haven't saw that already. I think what's more important is going after dangerous criminals, and the Trump administration said they were going to do that first, which they have done, but they also have deported the wrong people, by the way, and they also deported a child with cancer. And I know the Trump administration has defended that, saying that the only reason why they were actually not deported, the mother chose, because she was going, so the mother actually chose to bring the child with them since she was getting deported anyways. So the headlines were kind of misleading. So there's some good, there's some bad. The numbers are weak. Not enough people are going, but I don't think, to me, I don't really care about that. I care about how many people are actually crossing. 97% decreased. That's good. I approve. So B plus for this issue. Now, that took a while. Let's go on to the next one, economy, inflation. Overall, I disapprove. This has not met my expectations yet. A D plus grade for the economy, inflation for Trump's second administration, currently 4 months in. Now, inflation has gone down. You take a look at the numbers, by 3%. On average, during Biden, right before he left office, in January, it was up by 5 points. Now it's up by 2.5, so it's gone down by around 3 points with Donald Trump's administration. Now, obviously, too high inflation is bad, so it's good that he got it down, but too little inflation is also bad as well. So we want to keep it, in the middle, moderate, which is what he's doing so far. So I do give him credit for that. Inflation has gone down compared to the Biden administration, so that's going in the right direction. Now, what's going in the wrong direction compared to the Biden administration with Trump's second term is food prices as a whole have gone up. Food prices during Trump's second term is increasing by 2.6% at least so far, which is not good. And the tariffs could be a factor on that as well. Now, the reason why, things are going up is because Trump wants more production made here in the U.S. It goes along with the tariffs, which we'll talk about very soon. So unemployment rates have not gone down at all. Actually, they've gone up by 0.1%, which is not really a difference. So basically, it just stayed the same. Employment, I believe, was around 5% with Biden. It's basically staying the same. It's not going down, not really going up. It just went up by 0.1. That's not really anything at all. So I think you should do more to tackle unemployment rates. So overall, D plus for the economy, inflation did not meet my expectations. Things are still way too expensive. Food prices have gone up, like I just mentioned, by 2.6%. So this is underwhelming. I'm just going to be honest, and I disapprove on this issue currently for Donald Trump's administration. Now, he can prove me wrong maybe in the future. So now we move on to the tariffs. Obviously, like I just mentioned, he wants more things made in the U.S., which is what Governor of Michigan, Gretchen Whitmer, stated when she visited Trump in the White House. She said she likes the mindset, the overall mindset. And I agree. I do like the overall mindset of Donald Trump's tariffs because he uses it as a way to force negotiations with other countries, force deals, and actually brings them closer together, which is what happened in Mexico. He paused his tariffs, and I know people on the left want to say that he caved into Mexico, but that's you can argue otherwise. I see it more as an agreement. I see it more as a negotiation. He used it to force deals, and that's what I like about these tariffs. So I don't necessarily disapprove of these tariffs. I don't necessarily approve of them. I will keep it neutral as of right now. So I think it's a good mindset overall, but too extreme. Therefore, I give it a C minus grade, as it could crash the economy, and some tariffs equal increased prices, which is what's going on with the economy. Prices have gone up, which is what I just mentioned. So even though I like the mindset around these tariffs used as negotiations, which have worked with some countries it has not worked, which is leading to a potential economic crash and increase in prices. So I'm going to keep it neutral for now. And then Russia, Ukraine, moving on towards foreign policy, moving away from the economy. I don't necessarily approve or disapprove. I keep it neutral. I think overall this issue for Donald Trump in his second term has been okay, but needs some improvement. He's been more friendly to Russia, which is good for negotiations, which is why Biden couldn't get any negotiations done. I believe their foreign minister did an interview with a U.S. news source for the first time in like 5 years, which Biden had failed to do. It was just closed doors. Biden did not at all try to see what Russia wanted. He just did not care at all. And that's what I give Trump credit for. He wants to understand what Russia wants specifically. And I do like how Trump cut Biden's aid spending to Ukraine, because that was costing, I believe, like trillions or billions or whatever, which would raise the debt. I do like that. But I don't like a total abandonment of Ukraine. But still, I love the the cuts to the aid spending. But now it comes with some negatives. Putin has been more aggressive because he's seen this as a green flag that Trump you lifted all the aid, so that's why he's more aggressive. It makes sense. And another negative on this issue for Trump is he failed his promise. This is one of his failed promises, that he would end this war on day one. So that's a failed promise. So I'm going to keep this neutral. I don't approve of this issue on Trump, how Trump's handling it, and I don't necessarily disapprove on it. So C+ rating. I do believe that Trump said he's giving Vladimir Putin 2 weeks to not lose his trust. There could be potential negotiations behind the scenes that we just don't know yet. There are rumors that there are potential negotiations. I do like how Trump is going on about things compared to Biden on the issue of Russia and Ukraine, but I don't like how this war is still going on. And I know it's hard to control a different country, but I think he's doing everything he can. C+, pretty average. And then as far as the Gaza issue goes, Israel, I disapprove strongly on how Trump has handled things. I think he's handled them pretty bad. A D-, grade. He's been way too nice to Israel. He refuses to challenge Benjamin Netanyahu. Still till today, Israel continues destruction. And Trump also wants to single-handedly seize control of the Gaza Strip, which could potentially force Palestinians to go to, I believe, Egypt or something like that. And I heard that he said they can choose to stay or leave. I just don't like that idea. I think his plans on this issue is really bad. And he promised before he got elected that he would solve this conflict. And has he done that? No. He's just been even more nicer, which we expected this, obviously. Yahoo and Trump are really good friends. So, I mean, we expected this, but still, he's been way too nice. And he just refuses to confront Netanyahu. In terms of gun violence on this issue, I disapprove of it. So far in Trump's administration, he's too relaxed on this issue overall. I give it a D grade. Mental health is still a major concern. He refuses to take action against gun violence. So far, in his 4 months of office, 104 mass shootings alone, around 76 school shootings in just 4 months. And I believe there was about 500 mass shootings during Biden's 4 years in office. So the numbers still could go up, or they could be less than Joe Biden. But still, 76 school shootings in 4 months is still a lot. 104 mass shootings alone in 4 months is still a lot. I believe during Trump's first term in office, he did take an executive order to ban bumper stocks or something like that. And now he's not doing anything. In fact, he's doing the opposite. He's making it easier to access these guns. I think he should pass he should mandate, in my opinion, like common sense red flag laws. Like if you have mental health, you should not be able to access a gun and whatnot. And I think he just has not done anything to address school shootings, and they continue to happen, and it should not be happening at all. He's way too relaxed on this issue, and it's a very common thing here in the U.S. So I would like to see him take more action. And people on the right would like to argue, oh, we just need more officers inside campuses. I don't necessarily agree with that. That's not necessarily a good thing. So, next issue, the last one. Is he a uniter, uniting the country? I disapprove. I think this is one of his worst. I think he performs the worst out of all the major issues in terms of uniting the country. I give him a straight F. He's the complete opposite of a uniter. So, he continues to make divisive comments and continues to anger people, which is why he has an at least negative 7% approval rating underwater, like we looked at in the beginning of the video. Widespread protests have occurred throughout major cities like LA, I believe in Utah, Idaho even, Arizona, Michigan, Wisconsin, and some other places. Bernie Sanders have been doing rallies where people would protest with AOC, and you've been seeing immigration protests, stuff like that. Just not good news. Kind of brings me flashback to his first term during BLM. Obviously, a different thing, but still, he doesn't kindly address the nation. I like what Obama did. Obviously, I don't want to talk about Obama's terms, but Obama was more of a uniter, and that's why his approval rating was so high. So he doesn't address the nation. Like, he's not really charismatic, and he doesn't want to bring census both sides together. He just doesn't do that. He just likes to talk on one ideology only, and that's going to piss off the other side. He doesn't bring hope, future for the other side to look forward to make them calm, which is why you've seen widespread protest. So, to sum this video up, his highest grade is a B+, obviously immigration and the border. His lowest grade is an F, which is uniting the country. Overall, I disapprove so far in his term. Now, it's only been 4 months. He has almost 4 more years to go, so I definitely could change my mind. I give him a D+ overall so far, as a whole on all these issues combined together. 6.5 out of 10, 65%. Not that good. It needs improvement. So that's pretty much it. Let me know your thoughts and opinions in the comment section down below. What would you grade Donald Trump on these issues in the comment section down below? Do you disapprove of him or approve of him in the comment section? Let me know. Do you agree with me? Why or why not? One last final reminder is to subscribe. Click the bell so you don't miss all my content. Press the like button. Share this video. If you're interested, don't forget we have memberships. So you can find a link to that in the description section. Thank you everyone for watching.